That sounds very yummy.
1, 2, 3,
Baby, you can't see what's going on in this heart of mine. I'm loving life, oh yes, it's glad to meet you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen and genders? We are rIVerse. My name is Diz.
I'm Khadija.
My name is Zach.
And I am Monroe.
Welcome to the first official episode of rIVerse. The first episode of rIVerse MukYaks. Yes! We in this mukbang, bitch. So yeah, guys. So what we're gonna be doing here is pretty obvious. We are going to be mukbanging and shooting the shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So today we are going to be eating some Korean fried chicken from
The Fry.
We had to try it out, especially for our first ever mukyak.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today is we have 4 different dishes, and we are going to pull randomly, each of us, one dish, and whatever that dish is, you have to eat it. So we're going to pull those dishes right now. Let's see
What are the dishes?
Well, first off, let me tell
Yes.
our wonderful audience what's on
The menu.
Some salivating items on there. So first up, we have boneless chicken with a spicy sauce.
Okay.
That's got my name on it. Secondly, we have a boneless chicken with a soy garlic sauce.
Okay.
Number 3 is a spicy barbecue chicken with cheese.
Okay.
That's a little bit of a wild card in my mind, but we'll see how it works.
Sounds exciting.
And the 4th item is your tried and true, your plain fried chicken.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my god, I wonder what we're all gonna
Which
get.
one do you guys want?
I want the cheese one.
I want the cheese.
You do?
Yeah.
so
I
good.
really wanted the cheese one too.
Yeah.
I'm an icy want all of them.
What do we have?
Now, firstly, this smells fantastic.
Right? I'm so excited. It's only 3 papers.
It's
I
only-
know. Like, what are you trying to do? And then we all have to read them out together.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
Wait.
have you opened yours? Have you opened yours?
No,
Yeah.
not yet. How?
I thought we were going to read it out.
Start. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go
start.
first.
That's plain fried chicken. I love sauce.
Yes, that's hilarious. Okay, I got soy garlic chicken.
That's so good. I feel like that's the right now.
I got spicy barbecue with cheese.
Wow.
So then that means I got the spicy shit.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Khadija was the person who told me. Khadija was the one person who told me, please no spicy food.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
No.
But I said we have to have a spicy option so that it's like interesting for the people who don't love spice, which I'll eat it, but like I would rather some plain chicken. That's okay though.
I think at
We will
one
do
point we
it.
can each like let each other try
Of course.
a dish.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So before we jump into this food, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this video.
Yes.
And no, subscribe to our channel, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to our channel for more of this foolishness.
You better tell them all of that information.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
we're fun. Let's
I'm
do
hungry.
I'm hungry.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
What's this?
Okay.
Oh, this is the cheese one, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like in a full. I am.
Okay, so leave that in front of you.
so. Ooh, okay,
Radish.
so let me show.
I'm here for the radish.
I think this is yours.
I think that's
I
mine.
think that's yours. You want to show the
Let
camera?
me just smell it.
Put it on the plate, please.
I think this is it.
Now, I have had the fry before.
Which one is this one?
That's the soy garlic seeds.
It's the regular chicken.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Oh, but wait, but that looks like a hot sauce.
And then that's extra hot sauce because that's already. Oh my god, that chicken looks so delicious. We have I'll like let it tumble out of the box.
Ooh,
Is it tumbling sexily?
Oh my god.
don't drop the chicken.
That's the regular chicken right there, y'all. This is the
soy garlic.
yes.
Yes.
This is the spicy barbecue and cheese.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yo, that is so much spicy chicken.
Right? And this is the spicy chicken.
Yes.
That's a lot of fucking chicken.
Can we just comment for a moment on how like flaky and crispy this like skin is? Like
for
it's
real.
so textured.
I do like a first bite each everybody so we can like watch the reaction of the person and their dish. So Khadijah,
Me.
take your first bite, girl.
Girl, are you really eating fried chicken with a chopstick?
Yes. Look at it.
I mean,
You want that on your whatever. Anyway. Why is she so judgmental? Goddamn. Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready.
First bite, girl.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You better eat.
Oh, yummy.
Yes.
It's
It's not like crazy spicy.
good? Okay.
Spicy. Like you wouldn't eat all this. But...
Well,
I'm so
Yes.
excited for her because I've tasted it.
I'm excited
spicy
for
barbecue
Oh my
with
God.
cheese.
I'm
If you
Girl.
have
Like all in it.
What is, so is that
Oh
cheese
my
that you're
Lord,
poking?
yeah.
That's the cheese that's all melted.
Okay.
Okay. It's not what I thought it was. That's the surprise.
Wow.
Oh my god, my hair is.
Do you want me to hold your dreads back?
No. Oh my god, it's. I'm fucking living.
Is that-
Yeah.
In case you didn't hear
Mm.
that, he said he's fucking living.
Oh my god, it's so good. I live.
Okay, Manrizi.
Yes.
Soy
I
garlic.
feel like
I mean, are we all
yours-
doing this with chopsticks now?
You don't
No, I
have
don't have
to.
to.
You don't have to.
I feel like yours is the most matched,
just-
like, flavor profile for Flavor Girl.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's the most well matched.
Smells great. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that was a
that
good.
was a juicy bite.
That was a
You can
good
hear
bite,
it. You
yeah.
can hear the
I don't know if you guys heard it. I heard it.
Yeah.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I eat
Okay.
mine up to the mic?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sure.
I'll pick like the crispiest
Oh my
one
gosh.
for you.
You're
Don't drop
so
on my
extra.
shit.
Mm. Okay.
This is so much fun.
You're so extra.
He's so extra.
Yeah, see, that's what.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're so extra. Okay, girl, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, this is so.
This is so.
I think
That's
ours
so
are
good.
boneless.
It is. Yeah, they are.
This is so
This
good.
is delicious.
Is yours
Okay.
boneless? I mean, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. So.
Can I have that hot sauce?
Yeah.
Mmm.
So that kind of like you're basically eating what I'm eating.
Yeah,
Mhm.
aren't you supposed to eat just plain fried chicken?
Yeah. Eat your plain chicken.
Right?
Bitch.
You have to eat plain
You
fried
have to eat
chicken.
what your dish is.
You
It's
get what I
well,
really
it's
want.
actually.
Mine? It's
looks
so
so
good.
good.
There's veggies in it too.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
nice.
I started off by saying like fried chicken plain. That's boring, but honestly, kudos to the
Delicious.
fry. It is so properly seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Really?
do. I actually once I said, "Can I have the sauce?" I was like, I actually maybe don't want it.
I really want to eat yours.
Okay, so
Okay,
guess
we
what,
will.
guys?
At some point halfway through, we'll do a little like switcheroo, and everyone can try something different.
We're gonna talk about some stuff, y'all.
All right, let me get some radish.
Oh my
What are we
God.
talking about today?
We're gonna be talking about. We performed on the Raptors game yesterday. At the Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, and it was a emotional one. This is our sixth time. It was our sixth time performing for the Raptors, and we had a moment of silence for the victims of the plane crash in Iran. It was emotional. I know. For me, when we were having the moment of silence, like it was like really kind of like the magnitude of that entire situation, and also like what our job was at that point, like became like really kind of heavy on me.
There was a lot of responsibility. Like there was a lot of like we have to honor. Like how do you do them justice?
At what point? Sorry, this is so random. At what point do we try other people's food?
I know, you want to try, right?
I want to try a piece of regular fried chicken.
Me too.
Everyone gets to try one piece from Zach.
Thank you.
Yay!
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
let's do it all together. Yeah.
I don't like drumsticks, so you.
Oh, I love drumsticks.
I'll just take
Fun
one
fact:
back.
Zach doesn't like drumsticks.
And now you.
And then I'll eat one more small piece.
Okay, wait. Now
Okay,
together
now
we're
let
gonna
all
do.
try Zach's.
Is this the second
Oh,
bite?
then we'll all
Try
try
mine.
yours.
Yeah.
And I'll try mine, and then okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
It's so good.
Oh my god,
It's like so crispy,
This brings me back to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
girl.
and it's so light. the dressing.
So I was gonna say, like Zach said, he's had the fry before. Zach eats Korean fried chicken. Like
Pretty consistently.
he'll message us like, "Oh, I'm eating it." I haven't had it since we were in Korea, so like a
Same.
year. It's been a year since I had it,
Oh my god.
and like There are days that I just crave. Like I remember like those nights that we were in our apartment and we were like so hungry, and then we're like, let's order chicken.
and we would walk to Mama's Touch.
Oh
Mom's
yeah,
Touch.
our mom's touch. Yeah, and I just like crave those moments. I'm so happy right now.
Fried chicken with a like lathered in sauce is probably my last meal. It's what I would ask for. No, seriously, I'm 100%.
I know you are.
I believe you.
serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like dripping in sauce.
How did you feel about the Raptors game yesterday? Tell the truth, girl.
That's a different
So-
story, yeah?
Hold on. I'm eating.
Raptors game. How do you feel?
So my experience yesterday in particular, yes, it was very special and it was very like honoring, I guess, the fact that we were able to sing the anthems. The one thing that did happen though is that before we went on to the court, what we always do is we always like, oh, say, which is the actual starting note. And we like make sure everybody's like knowing, okay, that's the note, that's the note, that's the note. And this is like, the note is, oh, say. And I was like, okay. So I trusted it. And then I went on to the court, and then they had the moment of silence, and then we would sing. Started the note with, oh, say. And
better.
I was panicking, and I was like, well, girl, you better sing from your friggin' vagina. And I sang all the way down there, and I was like, well, we're gonna continue like this. I hope y'all are ready. And then they come in on harmony parts, and you could see from their faces that they were like, trying to, like, okay, this is happening. We're gonna figure it out.
If there's one note that she starts off and that we've rehearsed, and then we go into a show and we end up singing that key, whether a little bit high, like sharper or more flat, that changes everybody else's note. So I gave her the wrong note. My bad, y'all. She started it, and then at that time we were like, okay, now we have to mentally variate all of our harmonies down
To match
a
her.
semitone or two, however low we ended up going.
It was about
But
a
it
half
was
note.
a little stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did it, and then took a breather, and then we did the Canadian anthem, and then I sang it on the proper note that we've like been rehearsing for.
Yeah.
And then All Canada was good, but when we went back to our dressing room, I had a breakdown and I started to cry, and I was like, I'm embarrassed. Like it didn't sound good. Like I let you guys down. Like I
was
felt
painful to hear.
I felt like I let everybody down, especially in like a moment like that, and I was so embarrassed, and I just felt so bad. I felt like not a good singer.
Cause she thought that it didn't sound good. Like she thought that we didn't deliver it. I guess because in our minds, when you rehearse it one way, like that, it's like set in stone. It's like a staple. Like this is what it sounds like. But when you sing it in a different way, in that type of setting, there's like thousands of people watching you, and
Cameras right here.
cameras are in your face.
Yeah.
You start to think that, wait a minute, it wasn't as good as it normally is. So in her mind, it was not just your mind, in my mind too. I was like, it was not what it was supposed to be, which it wasn't. However, Khadijah and Zach did a really good job of reminding Monroe and I, who were freaking out backstage, that it wasn't as bad as we might think it is, and it was okay. And
Well, so much of
Yeah.
so much of this conversation and that performance, and basically setting an expectation for what it's supposed to sound like, is exactly the type of work that we've been working on, and I've been working on as well, like individually with Mika.
vocal coach.
His approach into things is there is no right way. It's like if you're authentic in the moment and you're communicating to as I'm talking with like pieces of chicken in my face. If the intention is to communicate the story, this message to the person in the back,
Emotion.
then it's all relative. Like it's how do we sound as a group? Are we breathing together? Are we emoting? Are we telling the story? I almost like felt like in a different universe, in a different parallel universe, because I walked off and I felt very confident.
No, you did. Both of you guys did.
Yeah, y'all were like, it's great, and I was like,
I think because you guys remained present in the moment, so you were able to like really hear what was actually happening.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it was I fucked up by giving her the wrong information, and then I got in my head about that, and then also on top of that, I was like, I gotta now figure out where my harmonies are gonna sit. So I was a little bit panicky. But we then looked back at the tape. Our producer came to walk to the game and ended up taping our performance. Our music producer for our album that's coming up this year, y'all. Poison Ivy, look out for it.
You better plug.
Soon Glad to Meet You 2.0, our debut album on Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud now. He sent us the tape, he sent Zach and I the video, and I looked at back and I was like, but my freaking out was internal. Like I just got silent. And then Monroe kept asking, like, are you okay? But yeah.
I know when you're not okay.
I know when you're not okay. We all know when everybody's not okay. But looking back at the tape, it was like, for no reason. Like, freaking out for no reason. You freak out for no reason. Yes. Tell me that I freak out for no reason.
You freak out for no reason.
Yes. Which is I think is comes with the territory of being a live performer and just always kind of being critical of ourselves and how we sounded, and then it's like we always come back to old material from rIVerse, and we're like, this is bomb, like, you know what I mean? But whereas before, when we were first in the moments of producing it, we can be doubtful of our own product.
It doesn't sound good, and this part isn't good, and the blend isn't good, and all these things aren't good. We can't put this out. It's not good.
All the time.
And then we listen like a month later, and we're like,
this is bomb.
that's just good. What the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, pause.
Let's try this.
We're trying Monroe's.
I want that one.
Is Zach in the middle
With
of
a piece, a piece you want? Oh, this one in particular.
In the middle of
we're
her
trying
speaking,
hers.
I was like,
He's like, can I have one?
Can I try?
So now we're trying Monroe's. What was your flavor again?
Soy garlic.
Soy
I feel like this is a
garlic.
flavor that I would fuck with.
Oh,
Yes.
I waited to try.
Thank you. Please.
Go
Ready?
ahead.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
It's a
Girl.
Korean fried chicken. It
My
is
favorite
like,
so far.
Yeah. It is. I hate this word. Why does Zach always say juicy? It is super juicy, but it's also super like crispy, but not the way that North American fried chicken is like oily crispy. Like it's just, oh my god,
It's nice.
good.
Zach's it is your classic fried chicken. It was light, it was crispy but not oily, and the meat was tender. I live. This shit right here, girl. The flavor.
So good.
Look at this.
I live. It's like garlicky, but
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
what's the other flavor in it?
Soy.
No, soy.
Garlic.
So you can taste that. Like it's really really good, and it's boneless and it's lovely.
Like there's barely any grease spots. On
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like literally dry.
That I live. Okay.
Let's shall we like move down?
You can try mine. Y'all can try. Let's just go right
What is
into
it though? Is it just cheese and chicken and what's that?
Cheese,
Cabbage?
spicy chicken and cheese.
Can I use someone's chopsticks? Thanks, Khadijah. She gave it because she knew
Yeah. I got you.
to grab and I don't know what's chicken and what's
you're grabbing,
cheese.
eat. Cause
No, that's
we'll
I feel
touch
like
up
too much
everything.
cheese.
We'll touch up everything.
I'll get that.
So saucy. Oh, gross.
Live.
Yeah, drop it on your clothes. Oh,
Did you drop it on your clothes?
I told you to
gross.
careful.
It's not
Yours
it's
is
not on the
so
way,
warm.
right?
I survived.
You survived.
Yours is
I
so
survived.
warm. I'm fucking jealous.
It's so good. It's so saucy and spicy.
I want to try one.
I want to stew like that in like every day of my life.
Why are you just picking
You're
up
so
pieces?
cute. Oops.
You're not gonna have any of the cheese.
It's all, but it's all like
We'll just.
I did it!
That's good.
What is wrong with these people?
Oh wait. Oh, you ate it already.
Well, I mean, because of the sauciness and I don't have chopsticks. Like
Okay.
yeah, no, that's good. That's fine.
I'll wait for Khadijah.
Thank you.
Just take it.
Just pull.
we're
pull.
on
yeah.
this together.
It smells really fucking good.
It is really good.
It's really good.
All
It'd be
right,
really
we're
good
gonna
with like
roll together.
With rice?
with rice. Yeah.
Okay, ready,
Ready?
Khadij?
No,
I want to eat with you because I'm gonna do it anyway.
2,
3. I live.
Oh my god.
Isn't it really good?
Oh my
It's like
god.
that. It's like juicy, spicy, saucy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have a piece.
I taste something. What's the flavor?
Barbecue.
There's a whole piece of cheese. Just
Smoked. It's smoky. A smoked.
Maybe. Ooh, I just got some cheese.
It's okay, yeah. I'm trying
Oh
not
my
to
God!
dip on your clothes. It's fine. You're okay.
I know. I just when drips things out of
Sorry.
people's mouths and over my shit. No.
That's good, right?
When drips things people's mouths and over my shit. No.
Like, you know.
The new single
Good?
from
That
Monroe.
is so good.
Yeah,
Can I reheat my chicken?
of course.
No. I
Oh,
am.
you did.
No.
We should get you a bib. Oh my god, we should get Zach a bib
I should probably have a bit.
for the MukYaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get reverse bibs?
Reverse bibs with our names
Reverse
on it.
bibs, yes!
And then sell them as merch.
95% of the meals that I eat, I'm like butt naked
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just
Facts.
at home myself, just like eating fried
You
chicken
better eat naked.
on
But,
that couch.
but you know what?
Where did that come? What? What are you?
Speaking of where did that come from, do you
Okay.
understand that
My very cold.
you don't have to...
Oh, so where did that come from? I was thinking of eating without my white shirt.
I'm sure the audience would love that.
Nobody will be mad.
But but I was gonna say it is a myth that you have to eat 3 meals a day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's, I feel I would agree with you. It's just caloric intake. Calories in, calories out.
Oh, Khadijah's.
Have some spicy
But
chips.
she didn't even say anything about the Raptors game yet. Okay, we'll go back. We'll go back to it.
I felt like a star yesterday, and I'll just say it, and I'll in all humility, like I just felt like we were like destiny had placed us there for a reason.
I agree.
And so, you know, it's like that feeling of being in the right place at the right time and just being like, and just breathing in that moment.
Yeah,
How was your
I
experience?
felt that. Kind of similar to Zach. Like, we didn't know they were gonna have the moment of silence until we were courtside. So it was kind of like as we were walking out, we were like, oh, like this is what's happening. Kind of shifting our mindset. Think about that, like being center court in an arena like that. There were so many people. Like I just felt it more. In that moment where everybody was silent and I could see that like everybody was kind of reflecting on what the
events.
situation was and the events that happened and the lives that were lost, like I felt it. So I was really emotional going into the anthems because I could feel like what it really was. And what for me, like obviously we started on a different note. I didn't panic because we've been a group for 7 years. Like we've sang together so much that I know we know how to modulate a key. I don't ever stress about that. Like sometimes obviously it might be a little bit like it takes a moment to get into it.
Sometimes we'll be
But
singing another key and not even realize it. And
honestly,
then we'll be like, oh, we're
we
singing
do all the
higher.
time and then we're like, oh, was that a little bit higher? Like, so I know that it's not going to be bad. It's just going to be different. So she started singing and then I was like, oh, what's my starting note? Let me find it. And then I found it. And then after that, it was gone for me. And I was just thinking about how we were singing and like the way that we sang it. Like, I don't know if it was the temp. Maybe Zach said the key being lower also changed the feeling of
Somber,
it.
a little bit more
The
somber.
tempo was different. People's response, like people weren't like cheering and screaming in the audience. They were all just sitting and listening. The first time I was watching the people in the crowd and I saw so many people pulling out their phones, not to be like, ooh, it's a spectacle, but like there was something happening, you know? Like when there's something happening and you just want to pull out your phone to record it so you can like experience it again later, that was kind of the feeling that people were having. And so that was what I was feeling and I was really proud of us. I think we sounded amazing. People were
Teary-eyed.
the players were coming up to us being like nodding and giving us like thumbs up or whatever. The referees were like, that was great. People at the announcing table, so like the same people that we see every single game, tears in their eyes, like clasping their hands, like nodding, like that was a somber moment and an emotional moment. And I feel like a group like Reverse singing the anthem the way that we do, it matched the moment. So my feeling was like I was proud of us.
Yes.
What's kind of a crazy thought is if I am like, you know, my time has come, I'm like standing at like Judgment Day, like whatever it is, I'm dead and I'm reflecting back on my life and maybe giving like the highlights of my life that was and like moments that are just so iconic in my journey personally and like within the group. Like it's crazy to think of that. For me, that will be on that list.
Okay.
Have some spicy spice. It's time.
It's
Okay.
time.
Bounces.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Am I like reaching fire?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I may take 2. Is that permitted?
Take lots.
Yes.
Take as much
Yes.
as you want.
Or is yours boneless too?
Yeah.
All of the chicken flavors
Sorry,
had a bone-in or boneless. Oh my god, this sauce is so.
So saucy.
Ew, that's in my ear.
It has
That
to
was
be.
gross. Okay, go ahead.
1, 2, 3. You know what?
Oh, you do it. What the fuck? You did it. Do
I
it.
know
Do it.
I'm not good with spice, y'all, but we gonna.
It's so good.
Good.
Mmm.
Well,
It's spicy.
mhm.
Oh
That's,
my god.
It's good though.
that's spicy.
It's not like nuclear fire spicy, but it's spicy.
It's not the 2 times noodle
spicy.
spicy.
But it's
It lingers. It
it's
happens
sneaky.
after. It happens after.
because it's a sweet spicy.
Bitch, I'm dying now.
Oh my god, and Khadijah has to eat that.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
I would sit here and it would take me hours to just like slowly eat this much because my stomach
Oh my
just
god.
No, that's hot.
stomach don't want it.
That's fucking hot.
Ricky, can I have my coke, please?
Can I have one more piece?
You try it, please.
No.
Ricky,
I'm okay.
Ricky.
Oh my god. Mm-mm.
I need a radish.
Iron radish is hot.
Try the radish.
Ricky, you have to try the spicy one. Ricky, try the spicy one.
It's just the tip of my tongue.
Huh?
That's pretty damn good.
That's good.
Spicy.
You know what?
Wow.
I stopped eating spice because I've had problems.
True.
Because I used to eat spicy food all the time. And then I went to the doctor's, like I was really sick in 2019, and the doctor was like,
Is this my coke?
bitch, you need
Yeah,
to stop.
It's like a habanero spicy.
So now that I haven't had spice in like 7 months,
You feel it.
Does this
the
help
radish. Eat
with
the
right?
radish.
Does this help with hot?
Yeah, eat the radish. He's really feeling it. Damn.
I'm fine now.
Okay.
Does it actually help with spice though?
It's not spicy.
Are you
it's
eating
sweet.
it? Yeah. It cools. It's cool. Yeah. Can I eat one of those?
Damn.
This is yummy.
Thank you.
Wow. These.
What are your like top
Oh my gosh.
like reverse like memory moments?
Moments. Oh no. Inhale that one.
Oh no. Oh no.
With like fire out of her mouth.
Eat it again. Eat it again.
Favorite
That's
moment,
really good.
Khadijah, go.
I love that one. Favorite reverse moment. Good night. There's so many. Can I say all of Korea?
Mm-hmm.
The entire month of Korea.
I miss
It's
that.
definitely a huge highlight. It was our first time just like doing
Really?
international travel.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, to
You're like
you. it's
you're like
really-
struggling for real.
Yes. And don't pretend like it's not spicy for y'all, because I know that it is.
It is
No, no,
It
but
is.
it's past. But I'm just saying, like,
Well, it's not
But it was
past for me,
like,
girl.
yeah, but that's done now.
Yeah.
So
no, for me, I'm saying, for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, all of Korea, definitely a highlight. Also, I think Zach, you made a good point. This last Raptors game for me is a highlight because the first time you do it is fun and exciting, but there are also nerves and you're also trying to get acclimated and whatever. We've done it
Acclimated.
a few times now, so I was comfortable, I was present, and then the like emotional factor of delivering something. Now this last Raptors anthem, I think was better than the first one for me. The first one was exciting, but this one was like not the first time that we sang for the Raptors, but the first time that we like really sang for the Raptors.
Yeah, I wish I could feel that.
I know.
No.
It was great. You should have been there.
You should have been there. Yeah, really great.
Favorite reverse moment
Yeah.
for me? Well, favorite reverse moment.
Or just like performance or time or
I would say right now recording this second album.
I thought you meant right
I got
now
not
eating
eating.
this mukbang.
Right now eating fried chicken. No, recording this
forget.
second album for me, like in particular because I top line in terms of the writing. So I am every single night. I am up till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, tweaking shit, hearing people's voices in my head. How can I make him sound? What do I need from her? What can I? Editing, lyrics changing. But the process of it, like I can already hear what the entire album sounds like in my head. So it's like this, like fire. It's like this mission to complete it, and it's like it's invigorating for me. And it's like it's only our second album in the 7 years that we've been doing this. We've been promoting and performing and touring the first album, Glad to Meet You 2.0, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud now. The songs are fun and everything like that, but moving into this next process is really a highlight for me right now.
Can I say, I feel like it's
Yeah.
also really, really exciting because this is kind of our first time working on a complete project.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like, Glad to Meet You 2.0, those songs were written, like, all written at different periods of time. One was written in 2000-something, one was written in 2012, one was written in 2014. Like, that album took time to come together as we were kind of growing and developing and finding our sound.
It wasn't like a through line.
Yeah, which is amazing, and I love that album so much. But this time, it's like, from beginning to end, we're working on a project and like being in the studio, like we're going and then the next day we're going again and we're working on each song and we already know what all the songs are going to sound like before we get into the studio. Like that for me is really exciting because now I'm listening to like the rough cuts of all the songs, but I can hear the full thing all together and I hear the whole journey of the album and I'm like, this is amazing. Like when people hear it, even as we're recording the song, I can understand how they're gonna react to it, having heard the 4 songs that came before it. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's exciting.
I have another question after Monroe speaks.
Wait, but no, can you give 2 favorite moments?
Wait, no, but Monroe gave 0.
Well, I still have
Wait, it
one more.
hasn't even finished.
Oh, Dry, I'm so sorry. I forgot about you.
Unforgiven.
So my second favorite moment, I mean, good Lord, that's hard. So the album now, and then it's Korea, but it's also filming the Rock With You music video. Because the Rock With You music video, it meant so much because it was the last song before we broke up in 2015.
2015.
The last one that we recorded before we broke up. So when we were shooting a music video, did it kind of like the fans were loving the theme song for our reaction series here on YouTube. So we went and we shot that video. The process of that, like working with the dancers, working with a very competent director and producer and the crew and everybody involved, like the 4 of us, we were like very...
The stakes were so much higher.
Yeah, and it was the whole process was just very, very exciting. And then to kind of see the final version, to see the footage and to see the growth, I think, from all the members of the group and like where we were at that time, it sticks in my mind as a highlight.
2. I gave 1. I'll just really quickly say my second one is the YouTube plaque. Opening and unveiling the YouTube plaque. That was a very beautiful moment because it was, first off, that letter that was written, I feel like, although whether it's written to other people or not, I don't care. It was speaking to me, and it was so reflective of just our journey. And it was like just this moment that was almost like the stakes are higher, you know. And so now it's a question of, okay, well, how do I become a better artist? But how do I also use this platform to share our message with the world? Like how we have this ability to impact people's lives, and it's like how are we going to impact it? What I'm talking about is like our hashtag BWVL, for instance. You are beautiful, you are valued, you are worthy, and you are loved. And if you don't believe that today, get some fried chicken and enjoy it because you're part of our family. And
Tell them.
As you lift
Yes.
up your piece of fried
as I
chicken.
lift up my bone.
It's pretty full. I'm full. Are you-
I'm so full.
I want
yes.
one more piece of Khadijah's chicken.
Go ahead.
Please, by all means.
And then
What are your 2 favorite moments?
What are your 2 favorite moments, girl?
That's hard to pick.
Trust me.
Because as you guys have been saying, it's like literally like 7 years of just hard work and like family and all this stuff, right? I think obviously one of the first moments for me would probably be the Korea trip. It literally was life-changing for me in so many factors. I spoke about this a little bit in like our Korea wrap-up video, but it definitely gave me a lot of confidence in myself that I didn't know that I had, per se. Stepping into a new version of myself,
Yes.
a new life of for me, right? So that trip changed everything. Just being there with you guys and like taking that step to go to like
Korea.
literally halfway across the world. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And like just do what we're doing and perform and meet people and have friends and collaborations and going to these meetings and just like all this stuff.
Do you remember, just to kind of like add to your story, y'all, like deciding to independently pick up and go across the world to really do anything, go anywhere outside of your comfort zone is not an easy thing. I don't know how many out there in YouTube land have done anything like that, but there's a lot of fear involved. And I remember, I think it was like 2 days before we were supposed to leave. Days before, Zach, particularly Zach, but Monroe also was there for like 5 seconds. But there was a lot of fear around going, and we were still questioning whether should we go? Why are we doing this? Should we?
Should we do it in a few months? Not now. Should we like maybe switch it up? Should we? Does it make sense to go? Like, what are we? Why are we? What are our goals?
I'm like,
what
we're gonna do busk in the snow.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I was like, it's
fear,
snowing there.
the fear, and that's natural as human beings. That happens. Like whenever you're picking up to take on any kind of endeavor like that, to put yourself out there like that without any real guarantee of anything, just to get off your ass and put yourself in a space where it's uncomfortable and you're going to be in a state of figuring shit out as you go, but you know that you have to do something to make a change in your life. We did it, and the fear came. It was very natural, and that's why we're a group and we're balanced, because you know you have, and this happens in various different situations that we might be involved in. Two of us might be on one side like, oh, I don't know, and then the other two will, but then we always have the dialogue, where the communication where we talk through all the fears and whatever and break the fear down, because you can use the fear to step into your greatest version of your greatest self. And I feel like when we definitely went to Korea, just like Monroe was saying, like it was literally, it felt like our lives before that. It was like this like full turning of a page happened, and it was like you felt like a different person when you were there. You know, it was incredible. Sorry, I totally cut off your stand.
It's okay. No, that's a very valid thing that you said.
Yes.
So definitely Korea. The second one, I don't know. Again, because there's just so many things. I think, I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know. For
So
me,
Korea.
the only one right now is like Korea, and everything else that we've done is great. It's fantastic stuff. But like, I think because it's such a
Huge
thing, and it changed everything. Like that's a big milestone, you know.
I was gonna say it's really interesting that everybody's favorite moments, other than Korea, which was right at the very, very end of 2018, everybody's favorite moment was in 2019, in the last year.
Wow.
We've been together for 7 years, and the moments that really stand out to us are all the things that have happened in the past year, and that is a large part of like going to Korea and being. That fearlessness came with us after the trip.
Yeah.
So then now, like, obviously, like, the way that the Ivy League is responding to us makes a big impact on how our, like, journey is going. But then also us being the way that we're operating and the choices that we're making and the steps that we are taking now, we've never taken steps like that in the previous 6 years. So it's like, now these amazing things are happening that are like, this is a moment that's going to be in my memory forever. I'm always going to look back on as a major thing happened once we said, hey, fear, go away. We have really big goals and we're going for them.
Fear, go away.
Yeah.
Is the police, every breath you take, is that in anyone's head but mine?
No. Oh my God.
So we finally come to the end.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna decide if it's a snack or if we should take that shit back.
Yes.
Okay.
So we go yakety yak, and then everybody go down the line, and whether you take that shit back or if it's a motherfucking snack, girl.
All right, here we go.
What's it no?
Yakety yak.
Yakety yak.
Found it. See, we're professionals. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Yakety yak. That's a snack.
Okay, it's a snack. Ding 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 ding.
That's a snack.
That's a snack. .com.
Yes. That's a snack.
That's a snack.
That's an entree. No.
If that
Okay, that's a snack.
I'll take it back. That's a snack.
No, do not take it back. This is mine.
Shout out to the fries.
Yes, thank
All
you.
the shit is delicious.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want that one.
I want that one.
That one was my favorite.
Yeah, what was your favorites? Mine was obviously spicy.
That one.
This was my favorite.
Okay, wow.
And yours is spicy?
Yeah, wow, there's one for each of us.
Really?
Nobody said that one.
No,
He said
I
you were-
mean it tastes good,
It was
but
delicious.
the flavor of this.
I mean, I like mine. I like these two the most.
Yeah, I
like, I would have put them
that
together.
one.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay, so
Dip
like,
it. Dip
Go
it.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
How did we do this entire thing and not a person dipped?
I should.
Well,
Yep.
I didn't want to like.
Well, she about to do it now, girl.
True.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Mm.
Yep. Can I try with Zach's piece of?
Yes.
of
No, no.
You know, because I feel like
I
it
want
would absorb
plain.
the salt. Let it marinate a little bit.
okay, you know what? I'm taking the whole thing, girl.
You do it. You do it.
I thought we were wrapped up. But...
Is it delicious? Oh, it's crunchy as
It's
fuck.
so crunchy.
Amazing. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in to our very first reverse MukYak.
Yes.
We talked a lot of shit. Please tune in. And once again, if you like this video, give it a like, put a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel so you can watch more videos like this. We also have reactions, we have music videos, we have vlogs, we got tons of other stuff.
Yes.
So check out our channel, subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Let us know in the comments. That sounds very yummy. Do you want to hear something else yummy? Let us know in the comments what you want us to be snacking on the next episode of MukYaks.
Fucking mess.
Get up off your, don't waste another day. Seconds and minutes turn to hours, gonna fade away. Life is amazing, live like it's your last day. Enjoy the ride, don't let time pass you by, cause you can't get it back.